So let me tell you how I was able to lose 20 pounds in 40 days. That's right, 20 pounds in 40 days. But guess what? I want to also tell you what it has to do with consulting because the real lessons were not about weight loss. And you might be wondering, is she taking those shots or is she on some type of pill? No, I am not. Just to get this cleared up right away, I'm using hyperketosis meal plan, and let me walk you through because I didn't just lose 20 pounds. I lost more than 20 pounds, first of all. But it was in a 40-day time period. And what I learned is how consistency, strategy, and mindset, how that determines your success in anything, including consulting. So if you're struggling to get clients, this might be exactly what you need to hear for anyone who's A, trying to lose weight, but B, you also want to get some clients and bring some actual money into your household. So, one of the first lessons that I learned was you need a clear plan because it takes away the overthinking in business and in weight loss. So, beforehand, I've done several weight loss things. I'm pretty good at losing weight for the most part. It's when you are off plan or you have a life event that puts the weight back on. So that's the part I'm not good at. So I didn't, well, let me be clear. For those people who are taking semaglutide and trepazide and all of those things, I don't see anything wrong with it. Kudos to you. The only reason that I'm not doing it is because my digestive system will not work for that. So I have intestinal issues, so I can't do that. I have to do natural. And so one of the things that I needed a plan. I needed someone to tell me exactly what to do. I didn't want to have to guess on what I should eat, and I didn't want to do that back and forth, back and forth. So I had a plan. I seeked out a person who could help me, and I did not know anything. I've done keto before, let's be clear. I've done keto before. Keto worked well, but keto also created some digestive issues for me. So I knew that I couldn't just do keto. So I did some searching and I ran into what is called the hyperketosis meal plan. Now, it's similar to keto, it's very similar, but it's without the butters and the grease and the oil and the dairy products, which really turned out to be really good for me because I didn't realize how much swelling oh, good morning. Who is that? Good morning. Good morning. And if you're with me live, give me a hey, what's up? What's going on? If you're catching this in the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I am streaming on YouTube and on Instagram. And so if you see me looking up, when I'm looking up here, that's Instagram. When I'm looking straight ahead, that's YouTube. So the hyperketosis plan, look it up. It's all over TikTok. It's not as well known, but the goal, you can literally lose 30 pounds in 40 days. I definitely would have lost 30 pounds in 40 days had I done all the things. But let me stay focused. So one of the things that I want to remind people, because you know we often think that things are so separated and they're not. In business, if you're not closing contracts, it's really because you don't have a clear plan, you don't have a clear strategy. You're just guessing, you're posting randomly, and you're just hoping someone is going to reach out. And hope is not a strategy. And it's the same thing for weight loss. I have been sitting back. I have been hoping that I would lose weight. I was hoping that if I ate a little better, I would lose weight. I was hoping that, if I moved a little bit more, I would lose weight. But the truth of the matter is, hope isn't a strategy, not just in consulting, but in anything that we do. And so I had to come to terms with that. And so what did I do? I went out and I found myself a plan. I got on the hyper ketosis meal plan, but I also had to really put myself into it. I had to absorb only that. I couldn't be listening to regular keto. I couldn't be listening to what the semaglutide people are doing. I couldn't be listening to what Weight Watchers are doing. I had to block all of that out and stay really focused on what is the hyperketosis meal plan? What does that entail? And I had to learn it inside and outside, what I could eat, what I couldn't eat. But I also took the guesswork out. I went and I paid for the meal plan. Like, stop trying to figure stuff out on your own. So I paid $14.99. And I use, for those who want to know, I use the hyperketosis Empress. She's on TikTok and she does daily updates of her own weight loss journey. And she's lost 57 pounds in 40 days. Let me see. Good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you? What did she say? She said, very good. Celebrate. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes. And hey, Kara Cozy. So, if you're looking to, and I'm telling you, this is real facts, this is true. If you're looking to lose weight, go to Hyperketosis Empress. She's on TikTok. And like, I didn't sit and just try to absorb her free videos. I paid the $14.99 for the meal plan. I paid $40 for something else, but it laid it all out for me. So I didn't have to keep guessing. So again, it gives you exact steps, no guessing, just execution. So that's my first tip to you. Get a clear plan. It decreases that overthinking in business and in weight loss. The second thing that I noticed, now here's where the true kicker comes in at. The second thing I noticed that tracking progress shows you what works. When you track your progress, listen here, I had to do daily weigh-ins. And it's the same thing for sales tracking. Weighing myself daily wasn't just about the number on the scale. It really helped me to see what was working and what wasn't. And when I sat and I thought about it, I said, oh my goodness, this is the same thing that I do in my business. So, December was a sucky month for me in my business. It was not good. Like, I didn't close any contracts. I did a couple of things as far as income generating, but not the things that I needed to do. And then when I thought about it, I went back to see, first of all, I had not done a good job tracking. I had not done a good job following up. And I basically had not done a good job doing the things that I needed to do in my business because of the holidays. So I was in Puerto Rico at the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month, I had two birthdays, two of my nieces' birthdays. I also had Christmas Eve and I had Christmas Day, and we had some other stuff going on in the family. And so I didn't work as much and I didn't do as much. So in consulting, if you don't track your outreach, if you don't track your leads, if you don't track your pitches, you have no idea what's moving your business ahead. And so you might be one tweak away from a contract. Good morning, Dr. Ann. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. And so it's so important to track your progress. So my daily weigh-ins, I got up every morning. I would use the bathroom and I would immediately weigh in. Let me tell you what those weigh-ins did for me. Those weigh-ins, it made me own what I had done the day before. Yep. It made me own what I had done the day before. So, and it also allowed me to see what I was doing really, really well. So, a part of the program is intermittent fasting, which works really well for me because I'm not a breakfast eater. So, even in school, I always ate as a teacher, as an educator at about 11 a.m. I don't do that 7 a.m., 8 a.m. breakfast. It upsets my stomach. And so, I always ate around 11 a.m. And so, with the hyperketosis meal plan, you're not supposed to eat until noon. So it was a really easy adjustment for me to not eat at 11, but to eat at 12. And you can eat between the hours of 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. And so that gave me parameter. Like a lot of us educated, overachieving, high achieving people, we need clear parameters. When I knew that I couldn't eat, after 8 p.m., I did what I needed to do between 12 and 8. And I was able to really schedule my day, but it really helped me to see what wasn't working. Every morning when I got up to get on that scale, every single time that scale went up, it was something that I did that I shouldn't have done. Maybe I didn't drink enough water. The first day it went up, I didn't drink enough water. And I knew that. Like, I had only drank 2 bottles of water all day long. And you're supposed to drink about 100 ounces of water, at least 80 ounces of water. And I'd only drank 32 ounces of water. So I was like, yeah, I didn't get a lot of water intake in yesterday. And then at one point, I was at a stall. And so I was able to just simply ask a question to the young lady. And she said, are you drinking your electrolytes? Well, I didn't know what she was talking about because I didn't read, but here are the electrolytes. So every morning I get up and I do a packet of electrolytes in my water, and pow, weight started going down again. Then, like, at one point, I wasn't seeing progress. She said, are you getting 3 cups of vegetables a day? Be honest. And like some of us, we can lie to ourselves, but I was able to really be honest. And if you see me looking forward, I'm looking at at the messages from the folks. She said, no, focus on what works. You have released 100 pounds this year using and committed yourself to the process. Yep, focus on what works. That's it. You got to focus on what works. That's absolutely Stephanie. And so, um, and then when I got on the scale, so one of the things that I had to tell myself, I said, when the holidays came, I wasn't prepared for the holidays, and we'll go into that. But one of the things that I had to tell myself was that you're getting on this scale whether you had a good day or not. And that's the thing that a lot of us don't want to do. We want to get on the scale when we've done good, but we don't want to get on the scale when we haven't done good. And think about that in your business. When you have been productive, doing the things that you need to do, you are willing to look at the work that you've done. But when you have not done the things that you're supposed to do, it becomes really hard to look at what it is that you've done. And I want to move my phone so that I can, see the comments. Okay, so that might make me a little sideways. Okay, so when I got on the scale after when I didn't do what I needed to do, it made me realize, was it worth it? Like I had to ask myself and own the fact of, was it worth it? And so on Christmas Day, I had prepared my mind because I knew I was going to have mimosas for Christmas Day. Let me just be clear. I love me a good mimosa. So I was willing to take that loss. But then the day after Christmas, the scale went up again. So the day of Christmas, the scale went up. Then the day after Christmas, the scale went up. And we're talking about 1 to 2 pounds. So when you go from 1 to 2 pounds on one day added, and then 1 to 2 pounds on the next day added, you're right at 5 pounds, right? So a 5 pound weight gain is a lot, especially when you've been losing weight. Like you can digest a pound of weight loss and be like, oh, that was just, I'm sorry, a weight gain, and be like, oh, that was just a pound. But then when you see a 5 pound gain, it's like, oh, you're going in the wrong direction. But every day I got on that scale because I wanted to own and be accountable for what I did. But let me tell you what else I did. What gave me accountability? Baby, I posted my weigh-ins every single day on TikTok. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, for the whole world to see. And that was what I did to be accountable for myself to people who I don't know, to people who have no clue of who I am. I posted every single day on TikTok, my actual weigh-in. And no matter how I looked, it was as soon as I got up in the morning, I tried to focus on me just getting on the scale, the legs, the feet. And trust me when I say my feet are not pretty, but I didn't let that stop me. I didn't worry about what people were going to say about my toes. I didn't worry about what people were going to say about, anything. I was like, this is for me. I need to do this and I need to stop playing. And so that tracking of my progress allowed me to stay accountable to myself because it wasn't about being accountable to somebody else. But then I had to make the stakes even higher and post it to TikTok. When I posted it to TikTok, then people, and I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Y'all listening, y'all ready. I will post to TikTok every single day. I posted to TikTok for 30 whole days. And I still have 10 videos in my phone that I need to upload. When I posted to TikTok, even on the days when I gained weight, even when I said my sisters came over, we went out, we did this, I ate off balance. I would even say what I ate. I had this, and this. I didn't eat after 8 p.m., but I still didn't eat the things. One day I had cake. You know I shouldn't have had cake. Do you know we're in a world of where people will compliment you even when you've done bad? We've moved into a world where even when you are off task, you're not doing the things that you're supposed to do. You are not following the plan. You are not living up to your commitment. You're not doing the things that you're supposed to do. People will pat you on your back and tell you you've done a good job. Now listen to me when I say this. I did this every day for 30 days. And if I listened to what people said to me, I would be like, oh, well, I'm still doing good. It's no big deal. Everybody said it was good because they were saying, good job. Just keep going. It'll be okay. Oh, but you've done so well. You know what? Yesterday's work and success do not pay the price for today. Today, I have to be accountable. And so on the days when I was off track, I got on there and I had gained 5 pounds. And the people in the comments were like, Good job staying consistent. You've done great work. No, no, we got to have real people in our lives who are going to hold you accountable. Luckily, I was holding myself accountable. And I said, no, I did a good job last week. Last week's good job does not count for today's bad job. Today's bad job was that I didn't eat on schedule. I didn't eat the foods I was supposed to eat. I knew better than what I was doing. And then here you all are patting me on my back, telling me I did a good job, making me think that, oh, well, I can just make up for that tomorrow. Yeah, I need to do better tomorrow, but I need to figure out what made me do that today. And so that's what a lot of us are suffering from. And yeah, you're right, Stephanie. I am human, but imagine if I wasn't strong enough to say to myself, "No, you got to get back on scale." There was not one person in there who said, "Okay, you had your fun, now get back on plan." There wasn't one person who said that. There was not one person who said, you got to get back on plan. Okay, you were doing great. Don't lose focus. Nobody said that. Everybody said, oh, that's okay. We got to stop excusing bad behavior. We've gotten into a time where we excuse bad behavior. I came on there. I specifically said, I'm here for accountability. I'm going to come here. I'm going to commit to uploading my weight every day. You're going to see the real, raw, unfiltered, no video manipulation of a true weight loss. That's what the people were following for. And I told them, hold me accountable. You can't be, how are people holding you accountable if they don't hold you accountable? How are you being held accountable if no one tells you when you're out of line? I'm telling myself I'm out of line. Like I'm telling myself. And this is the society that we've come into. And so I want to remind us all that you got to have people in your life who are going to help you to make the progress that you need to make. I have other people in my life who, when I told them, and it was very few of them, let me be clear, it was very few of them. When I said what it was I was supposed to do, they gave me words of encouragement. But not only that, they would check in, and when I went out with them, they would say, "Oh no, we're not having desserts because we're on a strict meal plan." Because that's what helping is. But we got to get out of this age where everything is okay. We got to track our progress and put mechanisms in place to stop us. It's the same thing with sales tracking. When you're tracking your sales, how many calls did you make? How many pitches did you make? How many times did you talk about your business? How many times did you get out of your house and go and pitch your services, or just go and be in network with people who can support you or help you? Like when I think about the daily weigh-ins, what's your daily weigh-in for your work that you're doing? How do you weigh in each day for that? How do you hold yourself accountable for what happens? Because like right now, we're at the very beginning of a new month. And in this new month, how are you going to make sure this month is better than last month? But then number 3, I got to go to, the wrong environment will definitely slow you down, and you got to be careful who you listen to. Listen here, people tried to convince me to eat off plan. At my holiday dinner, they were trying to make me eat some spinach dip that was filled with cream cheese, regular cheese, all types of stuff. It was an amazing spinach dip, and I don't. I absolutely believe that it was an amazing spinach dip. But of course, you heard me say I was not eating any dairy, and it seems like when you say what you are not doing or what you can't do, it makes people want to push harder to make you want to do it. And just like people will try to convince you that business is too hard, just get a job, it's safer. I remember when I first started consulting, people would just send me all types of job openings, even though I said I just opened my business, even though I was like, I got my own business, I'm consulting. People would still be sending me the job postings for assistant superintendent, director of curriculum, director of this, assistant superintendent of that. And it's like, like, I've told you what it is that I'm doing. Why are you sending me this? It's because they want to convince you that what you're doing is too hard, a job is safer, and here are opportunities for you. The wrong environment will slow you down. Kara Cozy said, yep. So you got to be careful who you listen to. If you take advice from people who are not where you want to be, you are going to stay stuck. And that's why I knew, like, I knew for this, I had to go and find a community to be in where all I'm hearing is what they're talking about, the foods that they're eating, what they're doing to when things happen, what happens when you're on a stall, ways to mix up the meals. So I want to ask you, who's in your circle? If you're surrounded by doubters, it's time to get into the right room because your environment will definitely slow you down 100%. And then here's a big lesson that I learned. When you prioritize everyone else, it creates a personal setback for yourself. Every single time, now check this out. Every single time I got on that scale and it didn't show what it needed to show, every single time, it was because I had prioritized someone else over me. Yep. Think about this. Every time. So I got on the scale every single morning. For 40 days, I've gotten on the scale. 10 of the days have not been uploaded on TikTok yet. Every single day, every time that I gained weight or did not lose weight, it was because I had prioritized somebody else. For Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, I was prioritizing my family. For December 27th, I was prioritizing my niece. For December 28th, it was my other niece's birthday. I was prioritizing her. For January, New Year's Eve, I was prioritizing more so New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, whatever you want to call it. I was prioritizing again family members coming over, trying to make them comfortable, trying to, put things in place, holiday parties. Every single time, it was never a situation when I gained weight and it was just about me, where I was just sitting around and I just said, oh, I'm just going to, nope. It was always, I was trying to do something for somebody else. I was trying to show up for somebody else. I was trying to make sure I celebrated somebody else. I was trying to do something for somebody else and it didn't work. Like, even I can give you a prime example. Last weekend, I had to travel to Chicago. Last weekend, I went to go see my aunt who is ill. Her time is expiring. We're all aware of this, and so we wanted to go see her while she's still in this realm before she moves to the next realm. Now, I'm not saying don't prioritize other people. I'm saying I need to be first. So instead of me knowing that I have a 5 hour drive, that's right, Stephanie, that's right. So instead of me knowing that I have a 5 hour drive to Chicago, and then we were spending the night and driving back 5 hours, I could have easily packed my waters. I could have easily packed some food to take with me that is on meal plan, and I could have already determined what I was going to get at the restaurant whenever we stopped to eat, so that I know what it is I needed to eat. That's what would have been prioritizing me. But instead, I prioritized getting there, checking on my aunt, making sure she knows that she's loved and we're there. And I also prioritized hanging out with my sisters because my sisters went. We had an amazing time. It was really great. We had fun, okay? But I didn't prioritize myself. I didn't do the things that I needed to do. That's not my sister's fault. That's not my aunt's fault. That's my fault. I knew what I needed to do. I chose not to do it because that would have meant that I needed to stop doing the other stuff and do that first. So when I put everyone first, I suffer the consequences. I came back from that trip and guess what? I had gained 4 pounds. Same with your business. If you keep undervaluing yourself, if you keep overworking, if you keep saying yes to the wrong opportunities, you will never scale your business. You will never feel like you are winning. Your business is only as strong as your boundaries. And it's the same thing for the weight loss journey that I'm on. My boundaries have to be set and I have to be strong enough to adhere to them. And so when holiday parties come, I have to do what I need to do. Nothing's going to change unless I do. But let me tell you my last thing that I learned. I had to believe. See, a lot of us don't believe. When the young lady, why can't I think of her name? Y'all, I told y'all where to find her at. When she said that she lost 57 pounds, so she lost 57 pounds in, okay, so she lost 43 pounds in 40 days. And then in the next 20 days, she lost another 17 pounds. So she lost 57 pounds in 60 days. Okay, that's a lot of weight. And I know some of y'all are thinking that's not healthy. You shouldn't be losing weight like that. Okay, keep that to yourself. Okay, what works works. So I had to first believe that I could lose 20 pounds in 40 days, because typically, in order for me to lose 20 pounds, maybe in the first month, I lose 10 to 15. And then that second month, I might lose another 10. So I would say in 60 days, I usually lose between 20 to 25 pounds. And I had to believe that I could lose 20 pounds in 40 days. And actually, for this next round, because you do 40 days on, then you do 20 days, and then you go back to your 40 days, I'm believing that in this next round, I can lose 30 pounds in 40 days. But what are you believing? Some of y'all don't believe that you can close a contract. Some of y'all believe that it takes years to lose weight. That's why some of us believe that. I had to change my mindset into believing that weight loss doesn't take that long. And another thing that getting on the scale every day did for me, it let me see if I can gain 5 pounds in 2 days, I can lose 5 pounds in 2 days. Now think about that. How much sense does that make? I gained 5 pounds in 2 days, okay? But I don't believe that I can lose 5 pounds in 2 days. That don't make sense. See, a lot of us are thinking things that's just not true. Some of us think that we can only make $100,000 in a year because that's the only way you've ever seen it made. But then when you make $100,000 in 60 days, it changes your mindset. So I'm just taking things that I do in everyday life and I just compare them to my business. And a lot of times I don't even have to do it. The thought just comes to me. I had to believe that losing weight didn't have to take years. Just like signing a contract with a school doesn't have to take months. You can talk to somebody today and have a signed contract the next day, the next week. But in your mind, if you believe that the only way that you can get a signed contract is that it's going to take months, you got to call 1,000 times. It's going to be a long, drawn out process. Nobody's going to pay me that. Belief is everything, people. And you also have to believe that you don't have to struggle. And that was the thing that I had to say to myself. I had to say, okay, your 50th birthday is coming up, and I wasn't doing it to look good for my 50th birthday because this is going to continue all this year. But I had to believe that this could be done and that I don't have to struggle in doing it. I said I just need the right plan, the right support, and I just have to believe that I can do this. And so what did I do? I went out, I found the right support. I didn't try to finagle with the lady. I paid her what she said she wanted, what her price was. She delivered everything that she said she was going to get. And then I watch her videos every single day. If she does 6 videos a day, I watch all 6 of them. Some of them are repeat information. It's okay. I need to hear the information over and over. She shows you the foods that she's eating. I get to see visually what it is that she's doing. But guess what? I also have her playbook. So I'm using her playbook and I'm also watching her because she's where I want to be. She started at about the same weight as I'm at. We're about the same height. And so now she's on her gym journey where she's going to the gym. A lot of you all know that I was in workout classes. And during the month of January, I've not worked out not one time. Not once. Not once. January came in. Now, keep in mind, I did 2 months, 8 weeks of going to water aerobics every Tuesday and Thursday. To the point, so the people have texted me to see where I'm at. And so, who's accountable for that? And like nobody said, hey, what happened to you going to work out? This is what I mean by you have to have somebody to hold you accountable because we're not always able to hold ourselves accountable. And so when the instructor sent me the message, it was kind of like that nudge that I needed to say, hey, you sure haven't been. What's the problem? So all I'm saying is that if this resonates with you, I hope that this can be of inspiration to you. And if you want to hear more about the weight loss journey, I'm absolutely more than willing to share. I just didn't think you all would be interested in that. But I've lost 20 pounds in 40 days. Um, I plan to lose 30 pounds in the next 40 days, which will take me to a 50-pound weight loss. So by the end of March, I will be down 50 pounds. And then I will decide how much more I want to go. I'm not the person who's looking to be a certain number on the scale. I will tell you that when I am my best, and I can't say when I'm my best now because I wasn't 50 then, I'm 50 now, or will be 50 in a couple of days. But I can't say what my best is now. But I will say back then, 175 at the weight of 175, I was good. I looked much smaller than 175, but 175 was a good weight for me. And it worked out really well. And hey there, Olivia. Hey, what's going on? So 175 was good for me. Will that be the same this time? It may be 180. It may be 185. I don't know. Okay, Stephanie says she's interested, but yeah, I'm more than happy to do. Tell me what y'all want to see. I'm more than happy to do it, to share it. I've been sharing my weight loss journey on TikTok, and it's not my educators moving on. It's a different TikTok. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's something like S Dub or something like that. But I get on the scale every day and I share my journey. And people don't follow. I don't have any followers. People are not, like I got like. Now I will say that the videos get about 1,000 views every time. Oh, that is so awesome, Stephanie. Stephanie, I will definitely take you up on it. Um, yeah, so like each of the videos I post, so I know that it's of interest. Because I get about 1,000 views on every video on TikTok, and that's with no effort. Like I'm not doing anything special. I'm not. It takes me 3 minutes to upload the video, but yeah, my goal is to really be accountable to myself. And like I have my waters here, but I really want us to really think about in any goal that we have. And like I have my electrolytes. So she told me how to plan. She told me how to prep. She told me how to prepare. She told me what food list I need to get. She took the thinking away. And that is what I work to do for you all in the consulting world. That's what I try to do for you all. I see how easy it is for me to be able to follow this plan and to do what it is that she said to do, because she set things up for me. She took out the guesswork. She helps me to stop overthinking. And she takes away the idea that things are just going to fall magically in place. And so that's why I do things like the weekend consultant. I know you got a real life. I know you got kids. I know you got a spouse, a significant other, or you're dating, and that's going to take up a little bit of your time. I know you a sister. I know that you are an aunt. I know that you got to work in the church. I know y'all got to do these things. Like I get that. And so what do I do? I try to create templates for you. I try to create checklist. I try to help you to do the things that you need to do, but I can't show up for you. Just like even though that lady, hyper keto empress, even though she has done all this, she has a stand store that has all of the things. You can go there, purchase it really quickly. Um, Download it. It makes it really, really easy. But guess what? She can't come cook the meals for me. She can't make me eat the things. She can't make me drink the water. She can't make me do it, just like I can't make y'all do it. But you know what? She shows me every day that she's doing the thing. I see how she's looking. I see, the progress that she's made. And so me seeing her do it gives me greater belief that I can do it. And although I believe, I have to borrow some of her belief in order to move forward. Stephanie said this is part of my own journey and consulting model. I love it, Stephanie. I love it. And they are so parallel. And I don't know if people always see the parallelism that comes along with it. Any big goal that you set, it's the same process. And people think that it's different, and it's not. It's truly not. And so I feel better. I don't know if the weight loss, like my husband, he can tell that I lost weight, but it's not significant. So like people are not just walking up to me like, oh girl, you lost weight. And it's the same thing with consulting. When you first start out your business, people are not going to know what you're doing. They're not going to know if you're being successful. They're not going to know that. So you can't do it thinking that it's going to motivate you for people patting you on your back. Nobody's patting me on my back saying, Chanel, you did a great job. Oh my God, you look amazing. I can see the difference in your clothes. Because guess what? They can't. They can't. My husband can. I can tell the inches that I've lost, but when I look at myself in the mirror, I look the same. I don't look like I've lost weight. Now, when I put on a pair of leggings, which I don't wear often, but I'll put on a pair of leggings to show the difference, to see if I can see the weight loss. Yeah, I can see that a lot of the bloating went down in my stomach area. I can see that my legs look a little slimmer. And so then what happens if you need that type of motivation? Then you gotta do your measure your waist, measure your arms, measure your hips, and then measure every week to see, because a lot of times we'll see losses in inches and not necessarily on the scale. And so it's the same thing in consulting. Like when I'm thinking, oh my goodness, things are so hard, I don't know if this is going to work. Everybody has those thoughts, people. Everybody. Even when I come here talking to you all about this work, I'm like, I don't know if they are going to trust me, if they're going to believe that they can do this. I know that I know how to help you, but I can't convince you that I know. And nor am I going to try to, just to be honest. I want willing participants. I want those people who already know I'm highly gifted, I'm highly talented. I want those people who love the Lord, who already know the Lord ain't gonna put me nowhere where I ain't supposed to be, because I don't want to have to try to convince you every day that you can close contracts. But I know that I follow Hyperketosis Empress every day. I watch at least 6 to 8 of her videos every single day. I see her at the gym. I see her drinking her water. She comes on, she talks to people. We see her meals that she's cooking. I stay absorbed in her content. Do I sometimes get tired of her content? Yeah. But then I have to think to myself, no, I need to watch this. Who else do I watch? I watch Nate, Coach Nate. He also does hyperketosis. Those are the only two people I watch. I don't watch anybody else because I don't want conflicting information. Some of y'all are following 5 and 6 people. Y'all, we giving y'all conflicting information. Find the person who is aligned with your values and beliefs. Find the person who resonates with you. Stick with that person. I'm not telling you this because I only want you to stick with me, because I might be telling you this and that means you need to go over there to that other lady and only do what she's telling you to do. But I'm telling you the truth. I believe that it's enough for all of us. I believe that all of us can have a great life. And not only do I believe it, I know it. And so when I come here to share with you all, I'm coming here to share because I would want somebody to share with me. I'm not coming here with, any big ulterior motives. I want to share with you because I wish somebody had shared with me. And the more that I share with you, I know that the law of reciprocity is going to come back around and say, here, girl, you did good, so let me give you a little something back in return. And so when we understand this, I'm telling you, this journey has been so amazing for me, and I'm in a different place in my life, and I can own the wrongs that I'm doing, and I can own it. A lot of people, we want to live in delusion is good because it'll get you to the next level. It allows you to dream at a stage that you typically are not able to dream at. But it can also be bad because we can sit and we can lie to ourselves all day and all night. Like we would just sit and lie. And that is a difference between delusion and lying. Delusion is a big dream, and you're hoping and wishing that it happens. And when delusion goes to lies, it's just lies, the inconsistency, the not following through. That's not delusion. That's lying to yourself. And so I try to make sure that I cut the delusion off at the point where I'm walking into lying to myself. And so I was delusional before now, thinking you're going to lose weight, but you can still eat what you want to do. You can lose weight, but you ain't going to never have to exercise. You can lose weight, but you can still go to brunch and drink all them mimosas with all that pineapple juice and all that champagne and all that Prosecco and all that other stuff. You can lose weight and you can drink them tequilas with all of that stuff they put in it, because I only drink mixed drinks. I don't drink straight drinks. I'll drink a mixed drink. But the way my life is set up, baby, I brunch all the time. The way my life is set up, honey, dinner all the time. Just yesterday, Thursday night, I was at the what's his name, the Quincy Jones tribute at City Winery, and it was hard. Like I was like, okay, you're gonna have one drink. I love social drinking. I love drinking with my friends, socially. A mixed cocktail is what I like. I like when the bartenders put together a great mix and it just tastes amazing. At home, I don't want no drink. And unless you finna come make it and you a bartender, I don't want no drink at home. But when I go out, I'm a social drinker. And so I had to say to myself, you're only having one drink. You can have one drink and that's it. And you're going to have 2 cups of water. So you're gonna have one drink, 2 cups of water to try to flush some of it out, and that's it. And after 8 o'clock, you're not eating. So I had to tell myself this. Olivia says I'm living in reality these days. Yes, Olivia, the delusion is good and it makes you feel good, and it can get you to the next level. I have nothing against delusion until it turns into lies. She said, child, lies in did it. The discipline is so needed, right? And a lot of times we have to have someone to help us discipline. One of the like what I'm telling you, that's why I had to go out and find somebody to help me. Y'all know I'm disciplined. Anybody on here who know me, you know I'm disciplined. You know I'm gonna do the thing that I said I'm gonna do. I'm a goal setter and I'm an action taker. I'm a goal achiever. I am that girl. I had to go out and get somebody. But see, I've learned that about myself, even in my own business. In my own business, I have to have a high level coach, because if I don't, you will see lags like I saw in December. I will see lags like I saw in November, because I have to have a high level coach who is keeping me on track, who is steady up in the ante for me. Other than that, I'm gonna relax. I love to brunch. I love to be on the beach. I love to vacation. I love to do stuff that costs a lot of money. Every time my pinky toe step out the door, it's a minimum $100 every single time. Every time my pinky toe steps across that threshold to this front door, it's $100. And so I am that person. Peace of Life. She said Coach Rochelle is also really good with helping you guys reset and helping people to eat God's food. Oh, she said gut. Oh, Coach Rochelle is really good with helping with gut reset and helping people to eat God's food. Absolutely, and that's part of the work. So she's sharing the info for Coach Rochelle. So I have someone right now, and she's doing an amazing job. And it's working for me. But I love that idea, and that gut is really a big thing, because when that gut ain't right, so I've been working with my gut for the past 10 years. And part of it is because I have an intestinal issue, a digestive issue. So I have specific things that I have to do, or I'm gonna be in the hospital. And I ain't trying to be in the hospital. So I know how to follow the rules that the doctor done gave me. But y'all check out Coach Rochelle. And can you give us Coach Roche? How is that her name on Instagram? Piece of Light, Piece of Elite. Is that her name on Instagram? Because I think she said Coach Rochelle does gut reset and helping people to eat God's food. And I agree with that. One of the things that I'm doing this month, I am going to do a reset. And I'll come here and do it if you all want me to. Or if anybody wants to join me, y'all can feel free to join me. She says she is on Instagram, and that's her name on Instagram. I'll come here. We can do it together, and y'all can join me. I normally do a Daniel fast. I normally do a Daniel fast for 21 days at the beginning of the year. And one of the things that I noticed when I did not reset, things didn't go well. But you know what? This year, Olivia says my weight is better, is getting out of control. Yeah, so come on, let's get on it now, because it's easy to get out of control, but it's hard to get back in control. Take it from me. And for those who are wondering, I put on additional pounds from my surgery, because I had a total hip replacement, and so I was on the couch for 30 days in doing therapy. And then it keeps you're not able to do the things that you normally do, so that allows weight to, if you eat, let me just not say it allows weight. I was sitting there eating is what I was doing. And so I gained some additional weight. Well, I was already overweight, so gaining additional ain't gonna help. But you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. See, some people think that you can just say, oh, I'm gonna do it. No. You got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was doing my leg lifts, and it was hard to lift my leg up, and I was like, wait a minute, this ain't, I need to be mobile, I need to be moving. I didn't do all this to not be able to do anything. So you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was sick and tired. And so and I can't take the easy way out. I'm just saying, I would I would, baby, semaglutide me, but I can't take it. If trust me, if I could, I ain't knocking nobody who able to get semaglutide. Because if I could get it, I'd be over there getting shot in my stomach, my butt, my leg, wherever you need to shoot me at. If it's going to help me to do what I need to do, but I can't do it, so I need to do it the natural way. I love to eat natural foods. My husband is a natural food eater, and we do a lot of the organic stuff. Like we only buy meat from the real, from like we buy a half a cow. And last year we bought a half a cow, and we're at the end of that half a cow. We have the place where we get the real chickens from a real farm and all that good stuff. We buy real eggs. We buy all of the organic foods. We buy natural fruits and have all of these places that we go. But what's the point in doing all that if you're going to turn around and eat fast food? If you're going to turn around. So we've cut out a lot of the things that we did that contributed to the weight gain. And now you just got to get on the plan, because even in doing all of that, it still didn't make the weight fall off. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like we have a chef to come that prepares our meals, and it's all natural foods from the farm table to from farm to table, all of those things. But guess what? That don't make you lose weight if you're not doing a thing. If you don't have a plan to lose weight, see, we didn't have a plan. We had a chef, and she was cooking real food, only using olive oil, only using real butter, all of those things. But there was no plan to lose the weight. It was just like, oh, this is good, whole, all natural food, all God's food, no preservatives, none of this, no artificial coloring, no red dye, no this, no that. But wasn't no plan to lose the weight, people. There was no plan. It was just, hey, we're eating good. We're eating good, okay? So you got to have a plan. And it's the same thing in your business. You can't just say, I'm starting a business and let the chips fall where they may. No, you got to have a plan. And when I say have a plan, have a process, make it easy on yourself. I am so thankful for the hyperketosis princess, empress, because first of all, I didn't know about the plan hyperketosis. I knew about keto and I knew about ketosis, but I didn't know about hyperketosis. So you do hyperketosis the first 40 days, and you can lose up to 40 pounds in 40 days. And then you do a 20-day of regular keto. And now your goal doing regular keto is simply to maintain the weight that you lost in the first 40 days. Although some people do lose weight in that 20 days. And then after that 20 days, you get back onto the hyperketosis and lose your next up to 40 pounds. So that's what I'm doing for those who may have just joined. So, Piece of Elite said Rochelle T. Parks is her IG name, and she also helps clients to reverse their diabetes, because diabetes is definitely reversible for those of you all who are not aware. So you got to have a plan. Just hoping and praying that things are going to change. It doesn't work, y'all. I just want y'all to know it don't work. You need a plan. Just like you need a plan for weight loss, you need a plan for your business. You need to be willing to follow the plan and stop thinking that I can just try this. I'm just going to stop drinking sodas. Yeah, that's a way. Like, we don't drink sodas. That was one of the first things that we did. We took baby steps. We stopped drinking sodas. We don't drink any sodas over here in this household. We stopped drinking any of the juices that had natural sweeteners in, that had artificial sweeteners in it. But guess what? In doing all that, y'all, that didn't make us lose no weight. It just got us a little healthier. It took some of the inflammation down, and it did some of those things, but it didn't really help us lose any weight. It helped us not to gain any additional weight. But I'm saying you got to have a plan in order to lose the weight. The same way with your business, you got to have a plan to bring income into your business, but you also have to have the intention and the belief that you can bring income into your business. And so a lot of us, like, it's February 1st. What is your intention for the month of February in your business? Be honest. What's your intention for the month of February? It's a lot of people out here who are running businesses and they have no intention of making money. Nowhere have they set a monetary goal for themselves, or they wrote it down, but they don't really mean it. And Olivia, she knows that she's one of those who needs consistency. Olivia needs to be looking at the Weekend Consultant, which is, for those people who have been through the mastermind or not ready for the mastermind. That's a program that will really give you the discipline that you need while allowing you to live the life that you want to live. But we got to have a plan to make income. And if you don't have a plan, let's get this together, because doing thing after thing after thing after thing, the things are going to eventually run out. And most of us know that. You know, the inconsistency, trying to do 5 things at one time and doing none of it well. I am focused on my business and my weight loss. That's it. I can't be focused on my business, my weight loss, gardening, trying to do Uber, trying to be a dog trainer, trying to do, no, because I'm not going to do any of it well. Just focusing on my business and then focusing on my weight loss. Those are my two priorities. And those things are definitely all about me. They're all about me. And so does that mean that I don't do anything else? No, I'm saying I do that first. I focus on my business and my weight loss. Those are the first 2 things I do. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is use the bathroom and weigh myself. And when I look at that scale, it tells me, it is a report of what my behavior was the day before. Plain and simple. Now, every now and then you'll have something that'll throw the scale off. So it's not like I go into a frenzy when the scale is thrown off, but I am reflective and I am honest with myself. And it makes me think to myself, what did you do yesterday? And so that's where those food journals come in. But these are the things that people don't want to do. Just like in your business, the things that really get you the result are the things that you don't want to do. For anybody who's looking to lose weight, I'm telling you, this plan works. I'm not an advocate. I'm not being paid. I'm just telling you, I've tried this and I've tried all of the plans. I've done keto. I love keto. I've done kind of carnivore. I can't do carnivore because I can't put all that meat in my system. I've done Mediterranean. I like Mediterranean, but some of the between, I wish I could do like a mix between Mediterranean and keto, but I'm like in hyperketosis. Like I'm learning new ways to cook. I'm learning new ways to do things. It allows me to eat the vegetables and fruits that I want to eat or need to eat. It gives me enough flexibility. And so you need a plan. You got to have a plan to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to buy a house, you got to have a plan to buy a house. You just can't go out and say, oh, I want a house. No, it's things you got to do. You got to go talk to a mortgage person. You got to go talk to a real estate agent. They're going to give you a list of things that you need to do in order to buy the house. Same thing. You want to lose weight. You need a plan to lose weight. Same thing. You want to be a consultant. You got to have a plan to be a consultant, to build the business, to get the contracts, to meet the people, to network, to do the things that you need to do. You need a plan and stop following 5 and 6 different people. You're going to get 5 and 6 different philosophies. It's not going to do anything but confuse you. It's going to make you do competing things that are not helping you because it's going to set you back. I cannot sit here and say that I lost 20 pounds in 40 days because I was following 8 people. I lost 20 pounds in 40 days because I followed one person and I watched videos from another person. That's it. And they both do the exact same thing, had a same philosophy. And if I'm not mistaken, Coach Nate is the one who trained the hyperketosis Empress. And to be quite honest, I resonate more with the hyperketosis Empress because she's a Black woman and she's probably in her 40s. Coach Nate is a white man. We know that men lose weight quicker, and we know that men get a lot more catered to him. Do I think Coach Nate in there making meals on his own? No, listen, Coach Nate is married. Coach Nate got a wife behind him. That's why he's able to record all those videos. That's why he's able to do all this stuff. That's why he's able to show up 6 times on my feed, because he got a wife behind him who is helping him do that stuff. That hyperketosis Empress, she ain't got no wife behind her or no husband behind her. She doing that on her own. So you actually see her in the gym. You actually see her making those meals. You actually see her in her struggle. That's what I want to see. That's why I come here to y'all and I give y'all authentic. I give y'all genuine. I give y'all the real deal. I don't come here giving you picture perfect. This morning I'm sitting here talking to y'all in my robe because guess what? I ain't ready to get dressed yet. I might not even get dressed today, but I'm here and I'm sharing my journey and I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm telling you what God loves because, baby, listen here, you need a plan. And if you don't have a plan, you need to get one. And if you've never done this before, how you going to create a plan and you ain't never done this before? That's crazy. But all right, y'all, that's all I got. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer the question. Put it in chat, put it in chat, put it in chat. I'm more than happy to answer the question, and I'm more than happy to share the journey with you all. If you want to go on a journey with me, if y'all tell me what y'all want to see, y'all got to communicate. I don't know what to share with y'all. I just come here. I normally just talk about consulting because that's what I do. I make good money doing it. I show other people how to make good money doing it. I think a lot of people miss out on a lot of good opportunities because they're scared. I know I did a lot. I missed a lot because I was scared. And so I come here to let y'all know, do it scared. I did it scared every time. I'm always scared. Baby, I'm a scaredy cat, okay? But I do it anyway. That's where the courage comes from. Courage don't come from just doing stuff because you can. It comes from you did it and you were scared. That's what courage means. And so I am courageous because even when I'm scared, I do it anyway. Good morning. Good morning. I do it anyway. So all you have to do is decide that I'm doing it. Acknowledge that you're scared. I'm scared. I'm going to do it. When I went to pay that lady for her program, I was like, I need to go on and do this. And I didn't think to myself, what if this don't work? What if I get this and it ain't what I'm looking for? No. What if I get it and it works? So take those things out of your head. I got the program. I downloaded it. I followed it to a T. I didn't try to mix stuff up. And when I did something that wasn't in that program, I saw the difference on that scale. And that's the same way with y'all. I try to make it easy for you. I try to give you a step-by-step method. I try to show you, let's get business ready first. Let's get the business set up. Let's get everything ready. Let's get everything in order for the long term, not just for today. See, a lot of these coaches, they get y'all and they tell you to go out, get this EIN number, get this business bank account, and your business is started. Baby, it's more than that. And that's for right now. That's a low-level business. See, when you come and over in here, we are getting this business together to be able to accept grants. We're getting this business together to be able to get business loans, to get business credit, to do all of the things. We're getting you your certifications. We're walking you through it, honey, because we're not building a business for today. We're building our business for 5 years from now. And so in 5 years, you might not even know what you're supposed to do. I got people right now who come back to me who say, I didn't know that we did all this in the program with you. I'm happy I did it. I didn't know what I was doing right. You don't have to have the answer to everything. So I try to tell you, get your business ready first, then get your product ready. Like, let's know what it is you're going to sell. Let's know what it's going to cost. Let's know who you're going to sell it to. Let's make sure that we have a really clear understanding. Nobody should be able to shake this from you. You need to know what the challenges are. You need to know what results you give. You need to know what objections those people are going to give you when it comes time for them to buy from you. You need to have a thorough understanding of who your ideal client is, where you're going to find them at, and all the places that you can sell to them at. And we do all of that. And then we have a hierarchy of goods, a mix between products and services. Some of y'all just got services. Baby, you need some products too. You don't know what the products are. That's what we teach you. And then the last part is getting you market ready. We get you ready for market, because what's the point in being the best kept secret? So we help you to have visibility. We help you to let people know that you are an expert. We help you to launch your products. We help you to understand how to acquire clients. We help you to understand how to negotiate. We help you to understand, how to get into these vendor systems and what to do after you're in the vendor system, and how to follow up on contracts, and how to extend contracts, and how to request referrals. We walk you through all of that. And then some people, they stick with it and they do it. And then some people, they don't. I was doing a challenge the other day, and I had a lady in the challenge, and we could see her. She was doing everything but listening. She was doing everything, like literally. She was doing everything but listening. She was up, she was talking to people, she was on another phone, she was walking around, but you in a challenge. Now, I'm not saying she didn't go back and listen to it again afterwards, but I'm saying everything else was the priority. And so we got to be willing to listen. We got to be willing to do the work. We got to be willing to believe, and we got to be willing to be consistent and disciplined. Nothing's going to happen without the discipline, but we got to have a plan to build a business that's going to be income generating. You got a plan to be sought after. You got a plan to be an expert in your area, not just a generalist. Oh, I can do this. I can do that. Oh, I'm available for this. No, you're a specialist. Specialists get paid high value. Think about LeBron James. Think about LeBron James. Think about Kobe Bryant. Nobody would come to them and say, would you do it for $60 an hour? Some of y'all making $65, $85 an hour, and you think you're doing really good. You're doing better than you were doing, so I'm not knocking it. But what if you were able to make $3,000, $3,800 for 3 hours of work? Isn't that a bit more than $65 an hour, $85 an hour? But you don't know what you don't know. So I just want us to know that it's more out here for us. It's so much available to us. And I'll come here and I'll be sharing my journey in weight loss with hyperketosis and how it parallels to consulting. So for those who want to know about the weekend consultant, it's all over my feed. Okay. It's all over my feed. And you can also go to my link tree, click the link in bio. Oh, Jeanette, no. So that was my first time. I'm sorry for people on Instagram. Jeanette wants to know, will there be another Secure Your First Contract, Secure Your First School Contract Challenge in February? No, I don't do challenges every month, and I don't do the same one each month. So that was my first time ever. That was the first time I have ever done the Secure Your First School Contract Challenge to the public. Normally, that is a challenge that happens inside of my mastermind. And it's because you got to have the right mindset. I'm not saying that you don't, Jeanette, but I'm telling you why I don't typically do it outside of the challenge. So that was my first time doing it. And I had 38 people enrolled. I like that I've already gotten a message from one person that they were able to secure a contract, but the results will let me know if I need to do it again. So I don't just do it just to make a little money. As you know, like some of the people are my mastermind people, so they don't even pay for it. I'm trying to help other people. So will it be in February? The answer is absolutely not in February. Once people start sending in results and saying, I closed the contract, I did this. I have one person who closed the contract so far. That's not a good ratio, 1 out of 38, but I also know that it doesn't happen overnight. No, I have two people. I have another person who closed a $5,000 contract, and then one person who closed a big contract. And so I'm going to see how many more people close contracts, and then I'll determine. So maybe I'll do one. I might do one before people to get the summer school contracts. But I think that what's going to be most important for some people is learning how to write proposals. So I'm going to try my best to do a proposal writing challenge in the month of February, because I don't know if y'all know, but it's lots of money still available. Schools are still going to be open. Y'all cannot let what's happening in the presidency and in government cloud your vision, because schools are still going to be open. Kids are still going to be coming. If nothing else, there are going to be more opportunities, because there are going to be more micro schools. There are going to be more people homeschooling. There are going to be an influx of other kids going to private schools. There are going to be new schools opening, and all of these things. I think that what a lot of us don't realize is that anytime there is a challenge, it creates an opportunity. So if we can remember that challenges create opportunity, that's why they keep telling y'all there will be a lot of millionaires made during this Trump presidency, because whenever there is a challenge, and it's a challenge, things are being rolled back, things are being taken back, stuff is happening, it creates confusion. That's because there are some opportunities that lie in that confusion. But are you willing to take your eye off the confusion and put your eyes on the opportunity? Baby, micro schools are going to be popping up everywhere. Homeschooling networks are in full gear right now. Do you hear me? I've had too many conversations with homeschool people. They are looking for people to come in and teach them how to help their kids with IEPs. Well, they don't have IEPs, but they know that their child has some type of learning disability. They're looking for people to help them with this ADHD, curriculum design. In Florida, there is so much going on in Florida with the homeschool network till it is crazy. They are looking and see, they're using group economics. So they're going to come together to be able to pay you. We have one group in Florida who they are putting together 10 kids who are in the same age range. They don't have to all be in the same grade. So she said that they're going to try to do second through fifth grade. They're getting 10 kids and they are going to homeschool those 10 kids. They want activities. So they actually hired a curriculum person who is a teacher, who's a consultant, to come in and map out the first semester for them, what they need to be teaching, the field trips they need to go on, what real life learning application they need. So this person was contracted to do 80 hours of research, 80 hours of just research in the Florida area, the city they're in, and they could go anywhere within 100 miles for educational activities, things they need to do. And then she said that she's on her own, she's going to include a trip that they can take either for Christmas, but they don't have to abide by the school guidelines, the calendar. So she's putting together a trip that they can take also. That's that added value. So they're paying her 80 hours to put together their curriculum. And as a value add, she's doing a trip that they can all take that's going to be educational, and she's laying that out for them too. Why is she doing that? Because she wants them to hire her back for second semester, to do the curriculum for second semester. In addition to that, she's also pitched to them, if they are looking for someone to teach the reading strategies, they can pay her separately to come in 2 times a week to do very focused reading strategies for each of the kids. We're talking about 10 kids, okay? So again, you got to be able to see the opportunity that is there in the chaos, because at the end of the day, schools are not closing. At the end of the day, teachers are not losing their jobs. At the end of the day, schools still have money. The budget is still there for schools right now. If they don't use that budget by June 30th, they lose it on July 1st. So they still have to use that money. They are paying for PD in advance. They are paying for teacher training. They're paying for material. They're paying for anything that they can get in advance before this new July 1 budget hits. So again, it's all about what you see and what it is that you're focusing on. So Peaceful Elite says, I completely agree. I also would love to connect with you regarding the video you did for parents seeking homeschooling. Yeah, that is the lady in Florida. They have already they are out recruiting for their 10 people. They have a network going. I don't know the name of the network. She was actually referred to me to get information on how they should do it, and I just was giving her advice on what my perspective would be, and she took some of the advice. So the person who connected us, she came back and shared with me that they have now um, put out the call for the people. They've hired the consultant. They are now putting together the curriculum. She didn't tell me what they paid the consultant for the 80 hours, but she did say it's 80 hours of nothing but research, and then they will pay her to do the curriculum. Hey, Reba. Hey, what's going on, Reba? She said, oh, that is so good to hear. Yes, she said, I feel there will be a lot of opportunities for us. There will be, but people can only see opportunity if they take their eyes off the chaos. See, what a lot of us don't know is that what is happening in this presidency in these first 2-3 weeks, it's designed to create chaos and confusion. I'm going to keep saying this. This is so psychology 101. Like, all we have to do is read Project 2025. All we have to do is read the American Heritage Foundation's book. All we have to do is go and read it, and it tells you step by step exactly what they're doing. But for those of us who have taken psychology classes and who have studied sociology, we know that this is a tactic. This is a ploy. The goal is to sign a lot of things that's going to create a lot of confusion. It's going to have you so discombobulated, and it's going to have you, it's supposed to awe you. You're supposed to be like, oh my God, what next? What now? Lord Jesus, it's horrible. It's horrible. And it's going to take your mind off what it is that you should be doing. And then when all of that stuff falls through, notice he tried to take federal funding. The courts came in and reversed it. He tried to do the citizenship thing. The courts came in and reversed it. A lot of these things are going to be reversed, but we're so caught up in, oh my God, look at what's happening. We're not seeing what's really happening. It's a ploy. It's a distraction. And the things that are going to happen are going to happen. You have no control over that. What you can control, What you can control is you in your business, what it is that you need to do, how it is you're going to bring extra money in. What we do know is that prices are going up on some stuff. Why would you in your right mind think I'm going to take the money that I'm already getting, because you're not getting any more than what you're getting? Why would you think I'm going to take that money and I'm just going to make it work? That is the attitude of someone who is a victim. You're being a victim. The money that you're getting already isn't enough, and we think I'm just gonna save. Honey, that's not the solution. The solution is to bring in more income. Eggs go up to $9 a carton, and you've been paying $4 a carton. Where's the difference between that $5 that you're paying? Chicken went up. People stopped eating chicken. That shouldn't be the solution to stop. The solution has to be, I'm going to bring in more income. We got to stop being victims in this society. And it goes back to the same thing I was saying about when I was getting on the scale every day and I was posting to TikTok. The people were saying, oh, good job. It's okay. It'll be better tomorrow. It won't be better tomorrow if I don't do anything different. People no longer hold you accountable. People will lie to you and make you feel good because nobody wants to tell you the truth, because telling the truth is taboo in 2025. It was taboo in 2024. And so for those of us who are truth tellers, we have a hard job because nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear the truth. And the truth is what's going to set us free. And so when we get more people who are willing to tell the truth, who are willing to give you the raw details, the raw facts, we got to wrap everything up in a pretty box and put a bow on it and make it feel pretty. Some stuff don't feel pretty. It don't feel pretty when I'm struggling to pay my bills. It don't feel pretty when you robbing Peter to pay Paul. I want to find Peter, Paul, Mary, and Jane, and I want to take them out the game. How do we do that? Pay off all your debt. Pay your house off. Pay your car off. Have you some money in stocks. Do the things that you need to do. I'm gonna do one on for those of us who are looking to how to leave your job, because some of us don't even understand that. I got a friend right now. She has already turned in her resignation. She's a school teacher. She don't have anything in place. And so I'm gonna do the live based off what I'm sharing with her, because when you need credit, no one's gonna give it to you. So we got 5 months to get her together before she resigns. She's already told them she's not coming back. And so there are some key things that we need to do before she leaves, so that just in case anything happens, she has something to fall back on a little bit, so she won't be so stressed out and willing to take anything. But we can't just keep sitting back waiting on stuff and having hope as a strategy and thinking that prayer is the only thing that's going to be the solution. Prayer plus works. Prayer plus works. It's not just prayer. We sit and we pray the same thing over and over and over again. That means you didn't really believe it. That's why you keep praying the same thing over. Pray for it once, take action, do the work, watch it come to you. But we want to pray. We're praying the same prayer over. I know some people who've been praying the same prayer for 20 years. I believe that when I say my prayer from my lips to God's ears, it's done in Jesus' name. Amen. Now I need to know, what is the work that I need to do? What are the actions I need to take to show my commitment to what it is that I prayed for? And how do I need to prepare myself to be ready for when you deliver it to me? Be ready. Put the stamp on it. It's on its way to my house, and I just need to be prepared to answer the door. I got to make sure ain't nothing blocking the driveway. I got to make sure that the UPS man can get up the walkway. I got to prepare myself for what it is that I prayed for. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And so when we understand this, okay, wisdom is better than prayer, because even the foolish pray. Even the foolish pray. They pray and they just sit there and just wait. And whoever said, I tell people, listen here, these folks who be hollering, peace be still, they said, peace be still, not you. We want to holler, peace be still. Peace be still, not you. Peace be still. Yes, faith without works is dead and dangerous. It is. And that's where a lot of this delusion comes from. That's where a lot of the delusion comes from. And again, I like a little bit of delusion, but it's a line between being delusional and lying to yourself. Kara Cozy says, yes, I feel there will be a lot of opportunities for us. Oh, I know there are. I've been talking to principals, superintendents, people, a lot of consultants, and women are looking out for other women. This is what I want y'all to understand. we understand what we're up against. Women are looking out for other women. A woman who I don't even know, who I'm not gonna say I don't know her. I know her. We're in each other's phone, but we don't like hang out, talk. You know, we done met a couple of times. That's it. Out of nowhere, she just sent me a message. She was like, "I want you to be the speak. I want you to come and speak, and I'm intentionally hiring a woman and a woman of color, and so I wanted to see if you're available for this opportunity." When I tell you, women looking out for women, I sent the message back and I was like, "I am definitely available. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you looking out for me." And sent her a nice little email back, and I was like, "Yeah, my calendar, it's pretty open that week." And for I said it's for the end of February. She said the end of February, March. And I said my calendar is pretty open for February, March, because I haven't scheduled anything for that. Not only did she send me one event, she sent me two. I didn't realize she had sent me two. So I was looking at my calendar. Then I went back in my email and I was like, why is it two calendar invites? And so when I read the calendar invite, it's actually two events. So she wants me to do two events. And so women are looking out for women is my point of what I'm saying. But not only that, people know that this ain't right what's happening. Y'all can't lose faith in humanity. People know that it's not right what's happening. And this is a prime time for us to not leave these 4 years the same way or worse than we came. I would hope that all of us are ready to elevate. We're ready to jump on these opportunities. This new administration only respects the business world. The first thing they are going to tax and the first money they're going to take and deprive are the people who are in the work world. That check that you get, that's what's going to feel the impact. See, next year y'all need to be ready to get these tax advantages, because if you have a business, you're going to be able to get these tax advantages. But you just going to work, them taking your tax money, a lot of this stuff we hear, y'all better stop. Piece of Elite said, I definitely would love to connect because I've been an educator in Florida for 16 years and I have knowledge and expertise in the K through 12 in various subject areas. And so here's one of the things that I would say for people who are like Piece of Elite. You have all of this experience. You're an educator in Florida. Florida is experiencing some crazy stuff right now, and they didn't just start experiencing it. Florida has been, y'all governor has done, you already know that the Satan y'all got has done a job, okay? But what you have to remember is there are people in Florida who don't believe what the Satan is saying. They don't believe Satan. They don't want to be a part of what he's doing. They want their kids to learn Black history. They want their kids to understand all of the things. But have you talked to any of these people? You're in Florida with them. Like, have you reached out? Have you pitched your services? Have you gone into any of these homeschool networks to let them know that you understand their plight? If you are looking for an experienced educator with 16 years of experience to support you all in curriculum, to support you in reading, do not hesitate to reach out. I'm right here in Florida. Florida, that's literally how it works. You begin to talk about how you create curriculum content, how you can support with educational learning plans to help the teachers, and how you can help them with their standardized tests that they still need to take. You have to communicate this to the folks in Florida. Well, Chanel, how do I communicate this to the people in Florida? Guess what? Just like now, I'm in Missouri. I'm talking to you. You're there in Florida. I'm talking to you there in Florida. Social media is the key. I know a lot of us don't like social media. I know a lot of us, you know what? I wasn't a social media fan either. But back in the day, you were paying for ads on TV. You were paying for billboards. You were paying to be on the radio. These people done gave you a free way to talk to every client all over the world, and we don't want to do it because we're afraid of what people are going to think. We're saying that our hair don't look right. Look at my hair. Y'all see my hair? I'm looking at strands hanging out. I ain't do nothing. I just woke up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, got my cup of tea, and came in here. I said, let me go on here and get him this message. I ain't do anything to prep for this, but I'm also not concerned about what folks gonna say about me. What you won't say is that I don't come on here trying to help. And I already know that the only people who talk about other people are people who are doing less than you. And I know that I'm doing a lot in my life, and I know that I'm doing the things that the Lord has put on my heart. And so I'm good. You can talk about me all you want to. And here's a better example. Baby, they done talked about Tabitha Brown. Baby, if they will talk about Tabitha Brown, who has done nothing but try to uplift and support the Black community, who has done nothing but share her authentic self, who has done nothing but try to give love and spread light. Baby, if they will talk about her, all games are off. All games are off. They done said this woman just is a fool for retiring her husband. They done said that she was only thinking about herself. They done said that she done told you not to shop at Target. Baby, if they will talk about Tabitha Brown, if they will talk about Tabitha Brown, you can just know that they're going to talk about you. So be okay with that. Do I think that I come on here a few times a week and don't nobody talk about me? Oh, she get on my nerves. Her voice make me sick. She always got something to say. I wish she was just gone on. Those are not my people. They're not my people. Gone on off my page. Don't leave me no comments. Go ahead. But if you come in my comments talking crazy, I'm going to talk crazy back to you. Plain and simple. I'm gonna let you know, wrong place, wrong time, wrong person. Gone over there to that other person and do something that's a little more safe for you, because this ain't it. And then I'm gonna block you, because what you're not gonna do is bring me out of my element. But I'm gonna let you know, wrong place, wrong time, wrong person. You got the wrong people over on this camp. But baby, if you think that it's going to come to you, that's not the way it's going to work. You got to be willing to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to pitch. You got to be willing to talk about what it is that you do. You got to be able to reach out to people. You got to believe so hard that what you do is of value, that people are looking for you. People are looking for me. I truly believe people are looking for me, and I got to show up on the internet so they can find me. I got to let them know what it is I'm talking about. They need to hear my message so that when they hear it, they know that I'm their girl. I'm the one they looking for. It's me. They was looking for me. Yeah, they went over there to that other lady. Yeah, they talked to that other man. Yeah, they had talked to that other lady. Yep. They looking at 5-6 different people. When they hear my message, it's gonna resonate with them, and they gonna say, that's my girl right there. And then we gonna go together. Like I'm in a relationship with a lot of people online. We go together. We kicking it. We cool. And I'm not talking about on y'all understand what I'm saying. Carrico says, right, in chaos, people are not trusting the government now. They are trusting and believing in real educators. Exactly. And so this is your time. This is your time. Do not, in any challenge, it creates opportunities. Opportunities are going to be available, but are you ready? Are you willing to tell people what it is you do? Are you willing to share your expertise? But more importantly, are you willing to charge for it? Slavery is over. We do not work for free. We are not working for free. Okay. And we can do a little bit for exposure, but exposure does not pay our bills. We cannot call the electric company and say, oh, well, I got some exposure, so we're going to use that to pay the rent this month. We're going to use that to pay the electric this month. No, but you also got to be prepared, and you got to be ready. Again, you cannot say, or you can, but you should not say the prayer unless you're ready to do the work that is needed in order for you to receive the prayer. And so part of the work for some of us, like even when I think about Melissa, I don't know if she's still on here or not, but when I think about Melissa, there are people who are praying for things and they do not have their financial life in order. Melissa has to be constantly spreading her message, because Melissa can help you get your financial life in order. If you know you have a spending problem, if you know that you're not doing a budget, if you think that a budget is bad, if you don't understand how money truly works, if you have limiting beliefs about money, if you need a plan for your money, Melissa, the Lord not going to give you something that he know you're going to mess up. That's not the way it works. I'm telling y'all, I had to get my money life in order for God to give me what I asked for. I had to get, nothing was going to happen until I got it in order. Some of y'all know the things that you need to do to get in order. And if we can have a transparent moment, I know right now that in order for me to move to my next level, I got to get this weight thing in order, because guess what? I got to fly through airports. I got to be able to go back and forth. I got to be able to do the things that I need to do. So I got to lose this weight so that I can be agile, so that it doesn't impact my mobility. So I won't be breathing all hard, so I can show up as my best self. Because baby, don't you know, once I lose about 20, 30 more pounds, I'm going to show out in these clothes. I ain't ashamed to say it, baby. You're going to see all this cleavage and hips and this snatched waist. So I show up my best like that. I already know I'm not going to get to my next level until I handle this. And so I got to own it. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm owning it and I'm taking care of it. Because the Lord got some packages that he's sending to me that I prayed for. See, a lot of y'all praying for stuff, but you won't do the work that you need to be prepared to receive it. He can't send you a $200,000 contract, baby, because you're going to get the money and you're going to go on trips. You're going to be helping your mom and them out. You're going to buy the Louis bag. You're going to be trying to pay your kids college tuition. You're going to be doing all the things except what you need to do, which is hire people, pay for your systems, get your support in place, put money to the side. You're not going to be ready for it. You're not ready for it. The Lord already showed me. He said, girl, you got to get your finances in order. Baby, I was a teacher over at Jennings High School, making $40,000 a year with a personal shopper over at Macy's. Okay. Now, no teacher should have a personal shopper over at Macy's making $40,000 a year. That just wasn't smart. But guess what? I look good. I look good every day. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't the best kept housewife. Baby, I was going to work every day, cleaner than that thing. That was absolutely ridiculous, crazy, made no sense. I needed financial literacy help. I had to go and get help. I was praying for something. I saw it. The Lord took me from $52,000 a year to $75,000 a year because I got a promotion. I went from that $45,000 a year. I went from that $52,000 a year to $75,000 a year. That's a lot of money for those who don't know to take that type of jump. That's a different type of paycheck, okay? Don't let people fool you thinking that 6 figures is the only way to get more money. When I got that raise, I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Thank you, Jesus. Oh God, thank you. I was so happy. I was like, yes, God, coming through for your girl. Guess what? My situation didn't change. I was still robbing Peter to pay Paul. I was still not able to go off that grocery list. I had to stay on that list because the more money I made, the more money I spent. What did I do? I went out, I upgraded my car because guess what? I make more money now. I can get a new car. That's because I had a financial literacy that I needed. That's because I didn't understand money. I didn't understand how money works. I wasn't doing a budget every month. I was doing it. I'm doing my budget in my head. And because I understand this, how much money I make, this was my bills, or I'm good. I got enough money in the bank to cover that. That is not what budgeting is. That is not what budgeting is. It's not. And so even though I increased my income by $25,000, it didn't take the stress off because all I did was went out and created more bills because I was making more money because I didn't have a Melissa to help me to say, hey, sis, no, wait a minute. Let's make a plan for this 25,000 extra you getting in every year. Let's do something different. I didn't do it. And then guess what? Then I went from 75,000 to 90,000. Guess what? Still didn't do it because guess what? I didn't have the support. I didn't have the help. Nobody had told me. I'm thinking, I just need to make more. And then each time I made more, it didn't make the situation better. It almost made it worse because now I'm making more money. They're approving me for more stuff. They're approving me for more credit. They sending me more credit cards. They tell me you can get this car. You can do this. You can do this. Them people told me you can get a $400,000 house note. Come on now. We got to have financial literacy. It was not until I said, okay, something is wrong here. I then went to, at my church, Dave Ramsey financial literacy course. And I did Dave Ramsey's program, which I got my own thoughts about that. That ain't what we talking about. I'm just saying what I did. And it made me cut back to bare bones. It showed me how to budget. It showed me, do I believe that you should eat beans and rice? I absolutely do not. Do I think it was necessary for me to go through that process? And again, it was a plan that was laid out that told me exactly what I needed to do. I did that plan for 9 months. It took me 9 months. I got myself together. I paid off all that credit card debt. I got my $1,000 savings and all of the things that he told me to do. But guess what? It was a step-by-step plan. Baby step 1, baby step 2, baby step 3. I did it in order. I had to suffer. I had to sacrifice. And by doing that, that allowed me to see the foolishness that I was doing. But I also had to show up for myself. I had to show up for myself. And I had to be accountable for what it was I was doing. And it wasn't just me. My husband had to go to the class, and my oldest son went to the class too. And so I want us to know the Lord is not going to give you what you're asking for if you are not prepared to receive it. People, I read a quote the other day. It said, you pray for patience, the Lord sends you a challenge to see if you, to help you to build your patience. We don't understand that when we pray for something, you're going to get something to test you in that area. And so, are you prepared for that test? She said, your money should have an assignment. Otherwise, Macy's has an assignment for it. Baby, you got that right. Somebody else always got an assignment for your money. And some of us got these people in our family. Can we be honest? Y'all ready to be honest? I know it's going long. That wasn't my intention, but y'all done got me started. I have those people in my family where, and some of y'all struggling from this yourselves with y'all family members. You have people who will take care of their wants and expect you to take care of their needs. So they will go to the brunches, they will get their nails done, they will buy new shoes, they will do all of the things. They will pay for all of their wants. And then they will call you and say, can you loan me $200 to pay my electric bill? Can you help me pay for my kids' tuition? My baby want to go here and got this field trip and I don't have enough money. But you were able to pay for brunch. That brunch was $40, $60 to $80. You were able to buy those new shoes. You get your nails done every month. Those nails cost $100. See, and then we feel bad. We say, well, I don't want her to be over there without lights. And, you know, my niece is over there. And so I'm going to go and loan her the $200. You already know she ain't finna pay your money back. Well, I'm going to go on and loan her the rent money because I don't want her to be put out. We got to stop allowing people to pay for their wants, and then we pay for their needs. That was a huge problem that I had. I still struggle with it today. No lie. My husband has to help me because I feel bad for people. And my husband will say, that's not your problem. That's not your problem. And so I have to remind myself, they pay for their wants. It is not my job to pay for their needs. It's a lot of y'all that's struggling with that, but you got to have some financial literacy and you have to have a financial system. There you go. Melissa just said it. She said he gave you a system. And that's what I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to help y'all to understand. That's how I was able to lose 20 pounds in 40 days because I had a system. I had a plan. Some of y'all out here trying to consult, trying to bring in y'all ain't got no plan. Y'all ain't got no system. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all just throwing stuff at the wall, trying to make it work. And that's not the way it works. That's right. Rosalind said, say it, sis. A lot of us, we are struggling. And because we've been so smart, we've been the one who do it all. We don't want to admit it. We don't want to ask for no help. We don't want to do the things. Care Coach said, OMG, me too, Doc. I said, I've got to get healthier because my business is that they see me first, then they listen. Come on, Care Cozy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And if we know that this is what we prayed for, why are we not preparing for this? Why are we not preparing for this? One of the things when I prayed for my next level, this was before now, this is a previous next level, because it's always a next level to the next level. Let me tell you, when I prayed for my next level, this was after I got my financial literacy together. And I'm telling y'all, Melissa Weathersby is the person who can help you with your financial literacy, former teacher, done a bunch of things. She know that financial stuff. Check her out. She's on LinkedIn, Melissa Weathersby. But when I tell you, when I got my financial literacy life in order and I put that system in place and got a better understanding, everything began to open up for me. And then when those contracts came in, and I think it was really great that I took my son with me because he understood what it was we were doing. He was 16 at the time. And so everything began to open up. I was so thankful that I had done that because then I was then put onto a $1.8 million contract. That's a lot of money, people. That's a lot of money. And my portion out of that contract was like $2 something a year. It was a 4-year contract, and I was getting $200 some thousand a year, which meant that every month, listen to this, every month dropped into my bank account was about $20,000. Now, if you think to yourself, what can you do with $20,000 every month? Whatever the heck you want to do, okay? And so, why was I not over at Macy's? Why didn't I go get my Macy's shopper back? Why didn't I upgrade to Nordstrom's or to Neiman's or to Saks? And like, it gave me discipline because I realized, nope, that ain't on the budget. So we budget for what we want. Anything that I want was in the budget, and the budget allowed me to do whatever it was I wanted to do. Anything that wasn't in the budget, we had a miscellaneous fund that we could pull from, but the rest of it went into savings, went into stocks, went into pension, went into insurance, and those things. I didn't know that stuff on my own. That's what Melissa is here for. Okay. So when I got ready to go to my next level, what I was saying to Kira Cozy, when I got ready to go to my next level, I had said, okay, I've been doing this, Lord, and I really want to, go into bigger schools and get bigger contracts. And before then, I was working kind of that $5,000 to $10,000 contract, and I was signing, getting them to sign over. And I said, I want to go into, bigger contracts. That's all I prayed for. And then I began to prepare for it. I was like, okay, so what does a person who's getting these bigger contracts do? Oh, you're going to need to meet the superintendent. Oh, well, you're going to need to not look so teacherish and not look so. So I was like, let me go and get me somebody who can style me. I went and got a stylist. I went and I found me a new hairdresser because I needed her to understand that I'm a person of importance and I need to look like a person of importance, but I wanted to be the way I wanted to look. I wanted to be authentic to me. I needed them to understand my vision. And so I began to up level. I began to up level my conversations and my circles of people who I began to hang out with. And you know what? When I got with my stylist, she told me, she said, the materials that you put on your skin is indicative of what you believe about yourself. She said, so tell me what it is that you're believing, and I'll tell you what materials and what's the look that you're going for. And listen here. She styled me that one time I went to meet that superintendent. That superintendent was talking to me like I was the Queen of England. A older white man was talking to me like I was the Queen of England. And I was like, oh, this is different. Wait a minute. I was like, maybe this is just a fluke. Let me see. So then my next appointment, I went in to talk to a principal, white guy about 60 years old, had been a principal of the building for 35 years. Okay, 35 years. I don't know if y'all know these schools would have done had the same leader for 35 years. That's a hard nut to crack. Okay, baby, when I walked through that door, that man said, oh my goodness, you smell so good. I said, oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was smiling. I was like, thank you, thank you. And I was like, would you like the fragrance to get for your wife? He was like, as a matter of fact, I would. I wrote the fragrance name down for him, sent it to him, follow up an email. He said, you look amazing. He was like, you look so refreshed. You look so, I was like, thank you, thank you. That was the key indicator to me that the way you present yourself, because I presented myself as free. They didn't see me as a teacher. They saw me as a CEO. They saw me as a business person. They saw me as an entity and not as the black girl who coming to try to get a contract. And so I had to prepare for that, though. I knew that I couldn't continue to be the same person that I was as the building leader, as the person who closed small contracts. And so I had to do something for me to up level myself. And that's what I did for me. I'm not telling you that's what you got to do for you. I'm telling you, when I did that, that next level opened up for me. But what did that require me to do? It required me to have to believe that the next level was going to open up. It also required me to take some action and some work on myself and not just trying to mask myself in just pretty clothes. I did a lot of work on myself to understand why I make the decisions I make and why I shut things out and things like that. So I'm just saying, J. Rosalind Marie says, I prayed for patience and I failed that test in 2 hours after I prayed, not in 2 hours. She said, I was ready to unalive all the students in my third period class. I will never pray for patience again. She said she was ready to kill them kids. She said, I never pray for patience again. Yeah, sometimes we pray for stuff that we're not ready to, we don't understand that the test is coming. And are you ready? Baby, when I say test is coming expeditiously, okay? When I left that job, I got tested. My mama died. The Lord said, do you really want this? Let's see how you deal with all this that's coming along, okay? because I ain't gonna even go into what I had prayed for. Okay. She said, set up family scholarships that everyone contributes to and has to apply for when there are emergencies, and then everyone votes to give the assistance or not to give it. There you go. You see Melissa giving y'all whole strategies. Melissa is giving y'all whole strategies. I'm gonna let Melissa know. Melissa, you need to do an ebook for how to get started setting up your family legacy, or whatever you want to call it. And this ebook, because what we don't realize is that we have to. Oh, hey, Roxy B. Styling. Excuse me. Yes, girl, Erica, $40,000 personal shopping. She says, love your confidence at any salary rate. You know the impact and the importance of great style and branding. Yes, he is right. I'm definitely a no person. Yes, I was ready. And listen here, y'all looking for a great stylist? Here go Roxy B. Styling. Baby, she will tell you she done styled me. As a matter of fact, my profile picture on LinkedIn, that's the one that Roxy B. Styling did for me. So Roxy B. Styling, that's Erica. She's out of Baltimore. You do not have to be in Baltimore to work with her. And if you are a professional, if you are a mom, baby, she gonna take you to the next level, okay? She styled me for a photo shoot. She styled me a few times, as a matter of fact. She is a stylist, and she has a lookbook that she can give you. She has a free checklist that she will give you. That checklist that she gave us, I have every item that she put on that checklist in there in my closet, because she's the one who told me I ain't gonna give all her secrets away. You got to sign up for her checklist if you want it, because you need to be on her email list. But every item that she said, I have in my closet. And Erica, I was going to wear a burgundy, it's a really cute leather skirt and the white top. And it came with, I got the white top like you suggested, and it looked really good together. But then my husband was wearing something different, so I had to change it. My point in being that white shirt, baby, it was tea, okay? So y'all make sure you check out Roxy B. Styling. For all of us who've been teachers, and you know she understands the teacher mentality, and you're ready to go to the next level, you got to change your clothing, you got to change your attire, you got to change your look. How you gonna think that you're going to go to the next level continuing to be the person that you are? That's why they say you have to become the next level of yourself. That's right. She said that white shirt is a classic. Okay, it is a classic. So she has a checklist. Follow her on Instagram, Roxy B. Styling. Roxy B. Styling, ROXIEBSTYLIN, Roxy B. Styling on Instagram. And again, you ready to go to your next level? She's the person who can help you physically, just like Care Cozy says she's going to lose weight. She's going to get her health in order. You're going to need new clothes. Stephanie is doing her wellness journey. She's going to need new clothes. Don't just go get new clothes, get a new look, okay? Get a new level of confidence, and allow somebody who has the expertise to help you. But anyway, let me go back to Melissa. So Melissa, you need a product. A product can be a digital ebook. And how can people just get started? Like, people want to know, how can I get started? Melissa, how can you get them started? If they can't afford to work with you one-to-one, you can put together that they can easily one-click download. We're not talking about going to no website, having to maneuver through all of that. What is a quick way that they can just click a link, and they don't have to do a lot of thinking about it? A lot of us are so busy trying to make the $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. We forget about the people who may not be ready for that. Maybe they just got $20. And that doesn't mean that you're a $20 woman. It just means that that's their introduction to you. And Melissa's worked with me enough to know that this is their appetizer. You're giving them an appetizer, something to test them out, to let them test you out. And they need to see success. And then once they see success, they'll come back, because this that you shared, set up a family scholarship that everyone contributes to and has to apply for when there are emergencies, and then everyone votes to give them the assistance or not. I think that's really great. I think that's amazing. And I had never heard of that before. And so that would be a great strategy to put in some type of ebook that gives them 4 or 5 strategies that they can implement to be able to change the situation of their life, their family's life, or their legacy. Melissa says, money is attracted to managers. It goes where it is handled and managed safely. And some people think that safe means to save. And those are the people who are not going to get the money, because people think that, because she's correct, money is going to go to where it is handled and managed safely, but they confuse the word safe with saving, with keeping it clenched in their hand. Oh, wait a minute. Now she said, Roxy B. Silent says, to Melissa, a pager is the beginning of transformation. Oh, Rox, oh, a one pager. So she said a one pager is the beginning of transformation. Don't minimize that. So she's saying maybe if you do like a one page roadmap or something and have that for them, she's saying that is a game changer. It's really transformative, because a lot of people don't want all those steps and all that overcomplication. So I'm saying you can give them an entry level product. So yeah, so I want us to remember that managing something safely does not mean to save. And when you think about getting something and turning it into more. So if I give you $2,000 and all you do is put the $2,000 under the mattress or put it in the bank, that's not doing us any good. But if you take that $2,000 and turn it into $2,500 or turn it into $4,000, now we are managing it properly, because it's meant to multiply and not just to stay stagnant in the same amount that you received. Jay Roslyn says, that's right, sis, working on me right now. Yes. She says, yes, dress how you want to be addressed. Look at there. Dress how you want to be addressed. You hear that? So Jay Roslyn says, that's a great strategy. Great idea. Melissa says, thank you both so much. All right. So if there are no questions for me, we're going to go on and log off. We've been going for a quite long time, but I just want y'all to know, if you're looking for a plan, if you're looking for a system, if you're looking for a way to get some step-by-step instruction, get signed up for the Weekend Consultant Program. No, we do not meet every weekend, but we only do our work on the weekends to get our business up and going. And we skip the small stuff and go straight to the things that bring us income. Just like I'm telling Melissa what she needs to do, that's a part of the Weekend Consultant Program. What is the product that we're going to make really quickly to bring you money in? And then here are the resources you need. Here are the people you need to connect to. Let's get it done. Let's get it set up. Let's get it out to the public, and let's get to talking about it. And so that's called the Weekend Consultant Program. Hey, so Jay Rosalind Marie says she just logged in from Cali. So welcome from Cali. Hope all is well. I know they had fires there. I hope you're not in the area where the fires were, and that all is going well there. But for those of you who are looking to, really get started, you want a plan, you want some direction, you want some step-by-step, that's the Weekend Consultant. Like, that is different from the Mastermind. So my signature product is the Mastermind, which is a 9-month program, and we walk you through everything. Now, for those who you're not ready for 9 months, but you want to get ready for these summer contracts, you trying to get this money for this summer, for these people who, these school systems are going to have to spend this money at the end of the year. The money is already there. The government gives us our money on July 1. Just like on July 1, we'll get money again. The money is already in the schools. The government does not have the money. The schools have the money right now. The districts already have the money. And the money has to be gone by June 30th, or they have to give it back. Nobody's giving money back. And so they will spend the money to make sure that they have what they need. They're going to buy products. They're going to buy services. They're going to pay consultants. And so you got to be ready to, and you can't wait until June 1 to pitch your services. That's why we're doing the Weekend Consultant. It's a 4-month program. We meet 6 times, and over those 6 times, you get specific instructions, and not just instruction. We work one-to-one with you to really help you to get the program set up. You're going to do more one-to-one time with me than you would with a VIP day with me, because it's a small program, and we really help to get you to the resources. We're not doing it takes 3 weeks to get something set up. Nope. We're looking at 24 to 48 hours, because the copy is going to be done for you. You're going to use my brain to create the copy. And of course, we're going to use some AI automation as well. but it's going to be very different from what you create on AI automation than what I'm going to help you create on AI automation, because the inputs are going to be different. So the outputs are going to be different. And so you have to be willing to bet on yourself. You have to know, I need a system, I need a plan. Just like me, I'm doing hyperketosis. I've lost 20 pounds in 40 days. I didn't do that on my own. I got help. I had to use the hyperketosis Empress brain. I had to use her strategies. I had to use her know-how in order to get these results. That's the exact same thing I'm telling you to do. My brain, use my results, use my experience to get the results that you're looking to get. Get signed up in the Weekend Consultant Program. Let me show you how to expedite what it is you're doing. You still got to work Monday through Friday. Keep doing that. All I'm asking you for is a couple of hours on the weekend for you to do the work that I'm going to give you to do. And then for a couple of the 6 times you're going to meet with me, the rest of it I'm going to send to you through email. I'm making it super, super simple. I got a 1-pager for every session that we meet. I got a checklist for you to make sure that you're making the progress. We got an accountability call set up for you so that you can make sure you do that. We get you into some monthly planning to make sure that you're planned out. And then we set a launch date. What is your launch date? We will set the date and you're going to be ready to launch. Everything that you need will be created, ready to go. You just got to get signed up. So the link is attached to this live. Go in and check it out. This is actually a discounted program. She said, how much is the Weekend Consultant? The program it has $1,000 off. It's typically a $5,000 program. It is a $4,000 program, and we have payment plans. We have a finance option if you want to finance, pay lower payments. And the goal is you spend a little money and you make back 10 times that in return. So you think about what you're going to get out of the program. Out of the program, first of all, you're going to have a whole product created, because everybody's going to have a product created. When I get off this call, I'm helping the people who are in the previous Weekend Consultant program. I'm doing some work on their programs. When I get off this call, I'm helping them. They don't even know that I'm doing the work, but this is what I do behind the scenes. And so I'm helping them to really get clear on their product launch, the products that are included in their programs and packaging. I'm making sure that their pricing is aligned and that they understand. And then on our next call, they're going to identify which product they're going to launch first, which most of them I kind of know because I talk to them one-to-one, but I'm not going to assume that nothing changed over the 3 weeks that we didn't talk. And so the next call, we're actually putting together like, this is our launch date. These are the things that need to be done. These are the portions that are done for you. And these are the portions that you need to do. And here are all of the resources that you need. And it's really a program that's meant to allow you to work just on the weekends, make the products, go out here, pitch the services, make the money. The goal is you come into the program, and we don't do $500 programs or $1,000 programs or anything like that. Most of our people, the minimum is $2,500, but we also package things up. And so instead of selling a one-off training, a professional development, or workshop, we do a package so that we can really get you the result that you're looking for. And so you might have a $28,000 package. Well, if you sell one of them, you've made your money back 7 times over from working with me. And I pride myself on that, helping people to make their money back. And so I need us to understand that you got to take a bigger risk in order to get a bigger reward. And you got to get yourself in a community of people who are doing what it is that you're doing, because a lot of times our connections and our bigger dreams come from being in that community. So that's all I got. I ain't got no more. Check out the Weekend Consultant Program, and I will talk to y'all later.